Imagination Library is a reading program started by performer Dolly Parton that helps young children get ready for school. There is a chapter right here in Stafford run by Ivan Butterfield and the Oyster Creek Rotary. Butterfield recently visited Stafford High School to encourage students to volunteer with the program. He took a moment to talk to SWN about how Imagination Library works.
The purpose of the Imagination Library is to mail books to the homes of children who are not yet 5 years old at no cost to them. It's a free book to help them create a library of their own that they can get their parents to assist them in learning the basics of reading. Knowing that that child's brain is being pruned during its first 3, 4, 5 years of age, that brain is creating the foundation for all future learning, and a book a month mailed to their home will allow their parents to have the tools that it takes to assist that child in learning the basics for that foundation. Dolly started the program about 12, 14 years ago when she realized that she grew up in a community where illiteracy was more common than literacy. And she wanted to use some of her wealth, some of her earnings, to do something about it, to give back to the community. The next question was what to do. And again, hiring the people that knew the answers to those questions is how they developed the idea that parents having the books, learning to spend some time with their children, would evolve eventually into that enhanced foundation for learning, so that when they get into school, they can take advantage of the facilities that are there. Well, all of our research tells us that a good percentage of the folks that do not graduate from high school do not graduate because they can't keep up. Now, they might tell you they have lost their interest, or it's not pertinent to them, or this or that. They'll come up with a half a dozen reasons, but the real reason, research tells us, that they weren't able to stay in school is because they didn't have that foundation for learning. They never learned how to read. If they couldn't read well enough, they couldn't keep up. If they couldn't keep up, eventually they drop out of school. The books are all designed or chosen by a blue ribbon panel of educators, and so the books are always age appropriate. If there's more than one child in a home that are different ages, then they'll be receiving different books. And so the books being age appropriate helps a parent sit down and walk through the books, learn the basics of turning the page from left to right, learn how to recognize things on the page, whether it's a printed word or whether it's just how to recognize a picture or a color.
We also spoke with Karen Hatter, principal of Stafford Primary School, about how this program benefits the children of SMSD.
I look at it as a wonderful learning opportunity for our boys and girls. It gives them a head start on school. If they're receiving books before they come to school, we know that they have an identification of print, ready to learn and eager to learn. It's very important to help them to build up a vocabulary. Usually boys and girls may have a vocabulary of about 500 words in the early years before they come to school, and it really increases the vocabulary and helps them to really connect with words on the page as they're learning to read. We just want to encourage the families and the community to be aware that learning to read is going to be the most important tool, and the way we start is having our boys and girls being those lap babies that's reading to them, listening to them read, allowing them to use their imagination so that they can become the wonderful learners and be productive in school.
For more information on the Imagination Library and to register your child to start receiving free books, point your browser to www.imaginationlibrary.com. For more information about the Stafford Municipal School District, visit www.staffordmsd.org. Spartan Spotlight, I'm Kerry Gordon.